Hey there, Coastal Band. Good Saturday morning to everyone. We're running a little bit cooler right now compared to this time 24 hours ago. So yesterday morning we were anywhere from 5 to 10 degrees warmer than we are right now. So that puts us in the 60s for most of the coastal bend, though a couple of places right along the coast are sitting in the 70s. We are sitting at 65 in Corpus Christi. Heading into this afternoon, we are still going to be quite warm, if not a little bit on the hot side. Temperatures in the low 90s for most of the coastal bend, with 80s right along the coast. And we're going to notice our winds shifting from more of the northeast to the east throughout today, and eventually into tomorrow morning to the southeast. So we're still going to enjoy the cooler and drier air for a few more mornings, but those southeasterly winds are eventually going to bring our humidity levels up into tomorrow. We start the new week off in the low to mid 60s. I mentioned those humidity levels. They are going to be going up pretty slowly, but from now through Tuesday, they are going to be going up. However, morning temperatures generally going to stay in the upper 60s to lower 70s. Our afternoon temperatures, those are going to stay right around 90 as high pressure builds in over Texas and eventually strengthens into Tuesday. I'll show that here in just a second, but I want to point out this nor'easter that is forming and going to move up into the mid-Atlantic region of the United States. Notice all the energy along the cold front with it. Some of that energy may break off and move across the Gulf and into South Texas as we head into later next week. Not concerned really with anything tropical of this nature, but that energy could move around the high pressure and into South Texas, meaning we could see some low rain chances into the end of next week. That will depend though on how much moisture we're able to get back into our atmosphere. But with that high pressure sitting on top of us for quite some time, that means our atmosphere is going to be on the drier side, at least in those mid to upper levels. But as it moves off to the east, that means not only do we have a chance to finally see a little bit of cloud cover and a little bit of relief from those high temperatures, we'll also start to see possibly a little bit of moisture coming back into our atmosphere. As that high pressure moves over to the east, we're eventually going to see the warmest part of this temperature outlook also shifting to the east. And you've noticed probably that big low pressure system off to the desert southwest that is helping to push all of the high pressure to the east. So hopefully that continues to move across the U.S. and puts us into a better position and a better overall weather pattern to maybe start receiving some cooler weather and even cold fronts as we head into the end of the month. But until then, it does look like we are going to remain mostly dry and generally pretty hot with those above normal temperatures. In the tropics, we have Tropical Storm Jerry. Never reached hurricane strength, and it's not going to be an issue for the United States. We also have this area of interest with a low chance of development over the next week in the south central Atlantic, not really causing any concerns for anyone at this point, but we'll keep our eyes on it. Not expect to be an issue for us here in South Texas. If you're heading out to the beach, it's going to be really nice this weekend. Lots of sunshine, high temperatures in the mid 80s at the immediate coast, but we are going to see wave periods start to rise and continue to stay elevated, leading to some elevated rip current risks today and into tomorrow. A little bit further inland, we're getting into the lower 90s here across the coastal bend today, generally staying around that 90-degree mark every day this coming week, and you'll notice those morning lows going up into Tuesday as our humidity values rise as well. Alexis.
Thank you.